and welcome to Nurse Table Talk. I'm Nurse Julie.
Hi, everybody. This is Nurse Kathy.
And today, by the end of today's video, you'll have a better understanding and be more informed on the vast amount of information that you can find on your health insurance website. So let's get started. We can talk about what the benefits are of what you might find on that site.
It's really kind of crazy because insurance companies, all the biggies in the country, well, all of them really, they really have a whole slew of services, and they really have wonderful ways to get people connected to resources, but you have to know what you're looking for and you have to know where to go.
Right. And in case management, I can't even begin, Kathy, to even think of how many people we would direct to the sites so that they could find information on how to manage their own health.
Yeah.
And topics like, let's say somebody said, well, what do I do, Julia? I need a new ID card. I can't find mine. And really, you can go to your health insurance website and you can download one.
Yeah, you can.
And if you lose it again, you can do it again.
Or you can call. But really, it's kind of interesting because people are using technology so much more now than ever. Insurance companies have really invested a lot of patient information into their websites. So if you were to go to an Aetna website or a Humana, or it doesn't really matter, any of Blue Cross Blue Shield, of course, is you're going to find a whole host, a whole almost library of information that relates to your specific health topics. One thing that before we even start talking about that is that like information comes in this day and age from all different sources. And so I would tell people right off the bat that your insurance company has a vested interest in the information that they put out, because for them, that is like the best standard practice or the best information. It comes from reliable sources. It's not going to be like the hit and miss magic pill kind of thing, but it's a lot of like really good information about specific topics.
Right. And for an example, you can learn about what your actual benefits are. They will have a benefit booklet on that you have to go in and look for it, but it should be easily identified. And you can also find, you and I, Kathy, we talk about preventative care. And they have tons of information on preventative care, maternity information, adult information, children information.
Absolutely.
I mean, my health plan or my health website had a screening recommendations of when to do it for children and adults. And I thought that, was really informative.
Helpful. Very helpful. Yeah, especially with our busy lives, being able to keep track of those calendars and schedules. That's huge. Another thing that's really interesting too is that your claims and your balance information, all of that is accessible too. So if you're seeing a physician and you're like, what's that going to look like? And oftentimes you can go ahead and get on the insurance portal. It'll have a record of that visit, and it'll probably have what they call an EOB, or an explanation of benefits, right there on the portal, so that you can look at your balance and how things were billed and what the claim looks like if you're interested.
Right. I use that all the time because sometimes I have multiple appointments and I think, okay, who did I see last? And did I receive anything in the mail yet on these visits? And the insurance website usually has everything before I even get it from the doctor's office.
Amazing, isn't it?
It's pretty cool because then I can like monitor my budget accordingly and like, okay, let's start here. But it's really efficient. So you just need to know that information is there.
Yeah, they also do a really good job too. Like I know for me, when I first moved here, because I relocated, finding a doctor, we've talked about that, is always its own challenge. But once I got settled in my insurance, I was able to go on their portal and see a recommendation list of providers in my area that were accepting new patients. And that was really helpful for me too. So
Right.
that's on there too. A Find a Doc tool, I think is what they call it, but it's on
Right.
there. Mm-hmm.
And there were other interactive tools too, that if somebody wants to know their BMI or they want to have help with their diabetes management, there were tools that could assist with that. There was a health library, there were videos. And Kathy, one other big thing area was pharmacy. They had Find a Pharmacy. My health insurance website even had a formulary, what medications were on the formulary. And then it had them broken down into tier 1, 2, 3, and 4. And it explained what tier 1, 2, 3, 4 was all about. It was just really a really good overview of everything that you might have a need for.
Right, absolutely. The other thing too that I find, kind of goes along with like the pharmacy tools is that you can actually sort of figure out, and it's kind of a deeper dive into into self-advocacy. But if I'll use the example of like a colonoscopy, if you're going to go get a colonoscopy done, or let's not do colonoscopy because most of the time those are covered. So let's do something else, MRI. Sometimes there's a freestanding MRI clinic. Sometimes there's an outpatient center. Sometimes there's a hospital. And depending on where you choose to go will be dependent on what you actually end up paying as your part of that cost. So if you use the tools that are on the insurance websites, you're going to see what they call a health cost estimator, and you can bring up those 3 options and they'll tell you what your out of pocket will be. And it's kind of snazzy really, because you might go somewhere just for the convenience of it, but if you knew that you could potentially save $200, it might be worth going an extra 3 miles. So but no one tells you, no one asks, no one knows to ask. So I would suggest using that tool too.
No, that's huge. We all want to know what something's going to cost, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, we don't like surprises. Not in this environment, not right now.
Yeah, and one final thing that we could talk about is care management. They had a care management link, and they had nurse chat and physician finder, like you mentioned. But care management, again, you can ask about that and ask them to link, call customer service if you can't find the link, and ask them to help you. What services are out there for an additional layer of support to help me manage my diabetes, my congestive heart failure.
Absolutely. And especially now with post-COVID and how we're all sort of still in recovery mode, there's a lot of mental health assistance on the web portals also. So I would encourage anybody who thinks that they're struggling with anxiety or depression or just kind of feeling off to check the webpage for services like that too, because there will be accesses to those mental health support systems as well.
Right. And again, this is all great information. We hope that you find this beneficial and useful. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah. Take care, everybody.
Bye now.
Like the content you just watched? Hit the like button or hit subscribe here. If you want to be notified of any future videos, please ring that bell. If there's any topic you'd like to see discussed, leave us a comment in the comment section. Nurse Table Talk. Save time, save money, be informed. Thanks for watching.